Okay, here's our setup. I'm basically using this 8-line, PABX, which functions as my switchboard. And so I don't have 6 phone lines coming into my house, so I use this. It's got 8 phone lines on it. There's everything that I could do on a PST, which is a public switch telephone network, which is basically what you have in your house. All these phones are running in basically what's called common battery mode, which means they're actually pulling power from the PABX right there. There's no batteries in any of these phones except for the FT58. And the reason I did that is the audio is low when you talk on it. When you talk to somebody else, it's really weak. And I discovered that by putting the batteries in it, it brings that audio up. So this we're running with 2 D cells in it. Everything else has no batteries in it. Second thing I want to talk about is dial pulse and what's called DTMF. Dial pulse, the old rotary dial phones like this has right here, and this, don't see it much anymore. Basically, dial pulse gave way to what was called DTMF, dual tone multi-frequency, which is the touch tone pad, like there is on this 312, this 955 pack, or on the TA838. That's basically how everything works. Now the problem you have lots of times using dial pulse phones with a DTMF system is they won't work. They won't ring, they won't dial or anything. So what they make is I bought some of these. They're dial pulse to DTMF converters, which allows you to convert that to tones that the switch will recognize. Now I've seen some commercial switches like your house phone or your home phones. You can plug these into dial pulse and lots of times they'll work. Sometimes they won't. As everybody modernizes their phone system, they're going away from the dial pulse. This right here will not function with dial pulse, so I have to use the actual converter boxes. I also have 2 just commercial phone hooks on here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll start. I'll go ahead and I'll make a call from this TA312, which is basically a standard TA312. It's got a this tone dial pack connected on it, and it's set for common battery. So we're going to pull power from the switch. So I can pick it up, and I'll go ahead and I'll call the SFT800. You can see it rings. I'm not going to answer, but it does a good loud ring. Okay? That's basically how this works. Like I said, this is just a standard TA312 telephone with this 955, which is a removable dial pack on it. Works good. One thing I did discover is that on both the TA838 and the 312 is this doesn't provide enough ring power to ring the ringer bells in these. And that's pretty common because these were actually designed for, no kidding, what's called 20 hertz, 90 volts ring down. And this probably doesn't reach those levels to make it ring. Now it's funny because they'll work on these other ones. We'll go ahead and I'll make a phone call between the 312 and the 838. Sometimes you can see the light, but sometimes the light will flash. Yep, there it flashed. So it is getting incoming rings. So if we pick this phone up, and the interesting thing to remember about a TA312 that's operating in common battery mode is you don't have to squeeze the handset just to talk. It's hot all the time. Okay, we'll go over here and I'll do these other phones over here. I'll go ahead and do a dial call. We'll actually call one of the commercial phones. We'll pick up this 604 extension. We'll dial 602, and that phone rings. So that seems to work well on that. Okay, we'll go ahead now. We'll go make a phone call between. Let's make a phone call between these 2 phones right here. So we'll pick up 603. It rings that. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll call the FT58. We'll just call that from this commercial phone right here. And there you go, there's your ring. Like I said, these you could plug in. I've actually plugged both these phones into my home telephone network, and they'll receive rings and all that good stuff. I haven't tried these yet. Why do you want to do this? This is sort of cool, retro if you want to do something like that, or if you're interested in messing with phones like I am, that's why I do it. The other phones that will do this, besides these phones right here, the Swedish Ericsson phone has a dial unit that you can purchase, if you can find them. I haven't been able to find one that comes with it. The Yugoslavian M63 field phone has got an external dialer with it. The German OBZB, which is the latest, or the phone they built in the 50s, the West Germans did, actually comes with a dial unit. I can't find a dial unit for it, so that's basically it. Like I said, I hope everybody learned something, and this is using field phones on a dial-up telephone network. Thanks for watching.